News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a shooting victim refuses to help police with an investigation, and a homeowner is displaced after his trailer erupts in flames. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
4 people fled the scene of a neighborhood shooting. It's Wednesday, May 29th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. A quiet neighborhood took a turn last night when police were dispatched for a shooting. The victim was airlifted to a trauma center while several individuals, police say, ran from the scene. Now law enforcement is asking for anyone who may have information about the incident and those involved. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to a home on Bronco Street last night for a report of a shooting. The male individual was reportedly shot in the stomach. Deputies learned during their investigation that 4 unnamed individuals had fled the scene of the shooting prior to their arrival. Mercy Air transported the shooting victim to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. His condition is unknown at this time. Police say that the male victim is uncooperative and has given no further information as to how the shooting occurred. The investigation is ongoing and no arrests have been made at this time. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in getting any further information. If you have any information about this incident, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. You can remain anonymous. And a fifth-wheel trailer located on East Street was the scene of a structure fire this afternoon. News 25 spoke to Fire Chief Scott Lewis with Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue.
Just around 2:30 this afternoon, we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire on 680 East Street, space 28. Upon arrival, we found a heavy fire showing through the roof of a fifth-wheel trailer that is used as a fixed structure. All occupants were accounted for. Crews laid a 5-inch supply line, commenced an interior objective, and quickly controlled the fire with no further extension. It can't be occupied. Most of the damage occurred behind the refrigerator and wall cabinets, so it appears that it was electrical in origin is what we're investigating, most likely accidental in nature. But there's several different appliances, so once the fire commenced in that exterior wall, it then spread up, mushroomed across the ceiling line, and then started coming back down with heat damage throughout. Windswept conditions, and it appears to be a delay in detection of the fire. About a half hour preceding our actual alarm call, someone came over and said that they saw fire on the house, but he investigated, didn't see anything, so there was no further action until he obviously had the evidence as presented when we were called. It has a lot of dry grass, a lot of dry fuels around it, so once you had to start getting that drop down off that exterior wall, it ignited that material, almost went to a second and closely placed structure, but it was all controlled before it could. They're working with their management team who owns the trailer and manages the park. We'll also make a Red Cross available to them if it's required.
And the VFW Post on Homestead Road will be holding their Memorial Day event tomorrow morning. We caught up with the incoming commander, Marty Aguilar.
So the VFW Post does Memorial Day on Memorial Day the way it was originally intended, which is the 30th of May. Our event will take place at 10 a.m. in the morning, and it'll be right here on the parade ground. We would prefer that they show up around 9:30, 9:45-ish, because we'll start promptly at 10 a.m. Ed is the outgoing commander, and I was elected by our members in April to be the new post commander. Basically, we're just going to do speeches, lay some wreaths lay some flowers at the cross that we'll have set up, and basically just provide homage to our veterans that are no longer with us. No, we will not be doing a flag ceremony tomorrow. That's usually done on Veterans Day. We're at 4651 Homestead Road, and it's the VFW.
Well, Amazon may take a big bite out of the Big Apple. Angela Miles reports.
Topping our news, Amazon reportedly is shopping for office space in New York. Amazon earlier pulled out of a deal to open a second headquarters in Queens. The mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, tells the New York Post he has not heard from the company and has no plans to assist. Amazon suddenly walked away from building a headquarters in New York back in February. Walmart is turning to a former employee of Amazon, Microsoft, and Google to build up its online business. Walmart hired tech veteran Suresh Kumar, who takes the role as Chief Technology Officer. Kumar will report directly to Walmart's CEO. Also from the world of technology, Zynga is selling its corporate headquarters in San Francisco for $600 million. Zynga is a social and mobile gaming company. It will instead lease space in San Fran. The stock rallied on Tuesday. One analyst suggests Zynga will use the cash to buy other companies.
Thanks, Angela. Well, more news right after this, including your court report.
KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, let's go to Unette Gentry with a case update of what's happening in our local courts.
In this week's court report, Clifton Pappas, an area man taken into custody on a felony arrest connected to the initial charges of possession of a gun under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs, perjury, making false or unequal statements in declaration, and torturing, maiming, or killing an animal to threaten or terrorize, is now in custody, $31,000 cash or bond, and is now facing only 3 counts of willfully or maliciously torturing, maiming, mutilating, or killing a dog, cat, or animal kept for companionship or pleasure. During Pappas's formal arraignment in Justice Court, the defendant was given a copy of the complaint and states that he understood the nature of the charges against him. Pappas was screened regarding his financial status and was subsequently appointed Nye County Public Defender Attorney Carl Jogger to represent him. Attorney Jogger waived arraignment and the formal reading of the complaint, then requested a preliminary hearing within 15 days. The court set a preliminary hearing for June 5th. Pappas motioned for an OR release, but the court denied that motion and remanded the defendant to the custody of the Nye County Sheriff's Office. Mark Kirby, the Pahrump father, accused back in 2017 of several instances of child abuse and other related charges, has been rearrested recently on the charges of domestic battery first, domestic battery by strangulation, child abuse or neglect, and violation of probation. This after the reporting party stated that his father choked him and that there was a physical altercation. Officers arrested Kirby by responding to a call from Lakeside Casino recently. Notably, Kirby previously had a similar case bound over to district court. Kirby was originally taken into custody back in 2017 at Home Depot after police received a report of an adult male repeatedly striking a juvenile, Kirby's then 14-year-old son. Witnesses say they observed Kirby strike that child in the face nearly a dozen times. That child had blood coming out of his nostril, on his lips, and on his teeth and forehead. During their investigation, police also discovered previous instances of violence involving Kirby's son, including other allegations of him being strangled, headbutted, and threatened. Kirby's then 16-year-old daughter also told police that that suspect also previously headbutted and threatened her. And Cole Ingleson, the area man arrested and charged with first-degree murder in connection to the death of 3-year-old Yesenia Camp, now has a jury draw scheduled on next Monday, June 3rd. Notably, Ingleson also has trial dates set for this July, for July 8th through 12th and 17th through 19th. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
Thanks so much, Unette. Well, a low-income apartment building is giving some longtime locals a sinking feeling. The Courtyard Apartments on Dandelion Street may be slowly disappearing. The parking lot and certain apartments inside the apartment complex on Dandelion Street are sinking. There has already been an entire building demolished as a result of the issue. The Dandelion Courtyard Apartments are one of the only low-income housing complexes in our area. Residents are concerned about the deep cave in the pavement outside and what that ultimately means for their safety and the safety of their families. This area has had a long history of weak soil issues that has caused homes to sink and settle for many years. Some homes are still standing, though deemed unlivable, and some completely demolished. News 25 spoke to several county officials who said that they have done some work on the leaking water line in the parking lot, and they say that ultimately caused the latest problem in the Courtyard Apartments. Right now, the area is cordoned off and residents have to park on the street. KPVM spoke to Jim Gregory from West State's Property Management, who said that the owner has an engineer coming to inspect to determine what the problem is and fix it. But officials say that is a huge, costly task. That would require helical anchors to stabilize the foundation. Officials say that the issue is a phenomenon called fissuring in that area, where the aquifer is depleted from water from domestic wells. This has been identified in the Homestead Dandelion area for decades. Fissuring and weak soil can exacerbate the problem, and even more so during droughts. This can make structures and soil settle and sink. Engineers say the original construction on the property only had 2 feet of dirt preparation on the soil when the apartments were built. They say there should have been at least 6 feet of dirt preparation and compacting, and after that, cast and place concrete piles for a structure this big. A single-family house has to have at least 4 feet of dirt work to be built in this area, which runs from around Dandelion Street east of Homestead to Sagewood. They say most of the homes in the area have issues with settlement and will continue to have issues in years to come. Another area identified here in Pahrump is Winchester and Gamebird, which is now showing problems. Officials say that remediation can happen, but they are costly. And what about the Southern Nevada Housing Authority, who subsidizes the rent for these residents? Well, News 25 left several messages and are waiting for a return call. If you're a resident in this area, we encourage you to take pictures of any issues, and you can call with your concerns to the apartment management company at 775-738-8000 or the apartment manager at 775-727-3939, or contact the Southern Nevada Housing Authority concerned about your apartment issues at 702-477-3555. Much more news after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, a Tonopah man is arrested by police who responded to a call for service in reference to an alleged assault.
Police arrested Bradley Lewin on May 16th. He faces 2 counts of first-degree burglary, 1 count of first-degree domestic battery, and 1 count of resisting arrest. According to a police report, officers in Tonopah were dispatched to a residence for a report of an assault. The report states that upon arrival, the 2 officers saw Lewin across the street and called him over. Police say Lewin started arguing with one of the officers when he was asked to show his ID. Lewin allegedly did not comply with further verbal commands and was handcuffed and put into a patrol car while the officers continued their investigation. The report says the officers spoke with 4 people inside the residence who told them of 2 interactions they had with Lewin. The first time, Lewin allegedly started beating one person until the others pushed him outside. The second time, Lewin allegedly dumped a bag of someone's property on the floor and got into a fight with 2 other people in the residence. Police say Lewin was asked to do a breathalyzer test and his blood alcohol content was at a .176.
The University of Nevada Cooperative Extension Office here in Pahrump spoke to commissioners about some new people they have on board now in the northern and southern parts of our county.
Yeah, we're just hoping to get hoping to start moving since you did pass things. As of July, we're hoping to start moving forward in starting to introduce some of the new staff that we'll be able to do. We've got some concepts of where to go with, because you have a higher amount that you're proposing. We have a tentative budget that we are working on how to do that, putting 4-H and Master Garden people down in Pahrump, putting 4-H here, having an admin assistant so that there are in the office when Jacob is moving around. So we will be moving forward on that quite quickly because, as you can see, Jacob's ready to go and quite anxious. So it will take a little bit in the beginning, but of course that's connecting with you all and getting to know what needs to be done.
On the May 7th Board of County Commissioners meeting, 2 new staff members for the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension introduced themselves via presentation and discussion. The 2 that were there were Holly Gatsky, the new Northern Area Director, and Jacob Holloway, who is the new Extension Educator. Both were eager to start working with Nye County.
Yes, I'm happy to see you again and meet everybody. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to start showing up to all these meetings, and hopefully feel free to just pipe me in to stuff that's going on. So, once I know,
you're probably going to wish you hadn't said that.
It's okay. I don't care how small it is. If there's people there, I'll try and come. So,
and as soon as you have your contact information, make sure that you get it to Lorena and she can disperse it to the rest of us.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much, and we'll be seeing you again.
All right.
Thank you.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, is that wind still going? Let's take a look outside. Yeah, still is. There you go. I have been enjoying the cooler weather for one person. I don't know if everybody else is feeling the same way as me, but I heard that might be over. We're going to find out more right after this break with your weather.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 84 degrees and a low of 67. In Death Valley, a high of 96, a low of 72. Amargosa at 83.59. Beatty 79.55. 68.47 in Goldfield. Tonopah with a high of 65 and a low of 45. Carson City at 73.47. Fallon at 73.53. And Fernley a high of 73 and a low of 52. Now today in Pahrump, we have mostly sunny skies, a high of 82 degrees. Winds coming out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. Humidity at 32% and our sunrise at 5:28 this morning. For tonight, it's currently 80 degrees outside with some clear skies. Our low tonight is expected to be 60 degrees with winds coming out of the east-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Humidity at 42% and our sunset around 7:53 p.m. We're looking ahead to our 7-day. Those clouds are going to start to go away. We're going to see some clouds on Thursday and Friday. But on Saturday, we're going to start seeing some clean sunny skies up through next Tuesday. Looking at our temperatures on Thursday all the way through Sunday, we're going to be hanging out in those high 80s, just around 88, 89 degrees. Then next Monday, we're going to start to get up into those 90s, with Monday at a high of 92. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, both a high of 96 degrees. Looking at our overnights, from Thursday through Monday, we're going to be hanging out in those 60-degree temperatures, just between 63 and 67 degrees for that stretch of the week. And then by next Tuesday and Wednesday, our overnights are going to start to go up just a little bit into those low 70s, just at 70 and 71 degrees. So now, if you can't make it home in time to catch the news live on TV, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live every night at 5, as well as any other news and updates. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks so much, Michael. Well, I'm excited, and I'll tell you why. Because graduation is on Friday, and our whole crew will be down there at Pahrump Valley High School recording the graduation. And friends and family of graduates, and even graduates themselves, can order a DVD right now. You can pre-order your DVDs by giving us a call here at KPVM TV. That number 775-727-9400, and just ask for a DVD or digital copy, and you can prepay for those right now. We will also be having a booth at the graduation as well, where you can order one. We even can use your credit card, and we can use your credit card right now. Give us a call, 775-727-9400, and that orders your DVD or digital copy of the Pahrump Valley High School graduation. It is a wonderful keepsake. It's edited beautifully and put together. You definitely want to have a copy, and there's a discount for multiple copies. Just ask Memory, who will be answering the phone when you call that number, and we'll see you down there at the graduation, which is Friday night. It's gonna be lots of fun. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio 103.1 FM. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.